My friends, if there's anything that should be plainly evident after this weekend, it's that Donald Trump is in the grips of serious mental decline. And it is happening right in front of our faces on the public stage. I would ask if anybody loved him to ask him to get down from that stage, but we know that ain't gonna happen. So we've got a man running and a small core of crazy people in his party, not small, but medium-sized, big enough, the ones who turn out, the ones who cry because there aren't enough American flags out there and ask Donald Trump for help on TikTok.
This is America. This is our land. Please, President Trump. Please, I hope you have a plan.
Please find something else to do with your time. Those kinds of people will still support this person and make him the Republican nominee. And corrupt, pathetic, spineless, flaccid elected officials like Ron DeSantis and Marco Rubio will call him a con man and will call him a loser and say that he's unfit, and then the next minute turn around when it's to their benefit and endorse him. It is a serious, serious issue. This weekend alone, the man stood up on a stage, first saying he needed complete immunity to do anything he wants, apparently. He's Thanos. And he should get that immunity in the same way that priests should get immunity for, doing this.
When you're a poor kid from a poor family, and when a priest pays attention to you, it's a big deal. How do you say no to God?
Spotlight. Or rogue cops should get immunity. He thought that was an important comparison to make. Then, of course, Donald Trump also has mixed up numerous people. Doesn't even know who's who. I mean, Nikki Haley is Nancy Pelosi. Got up on stage and riffed about how Nikki Haley ran security on January 6th and she failed us and it was her fault. And Nikki Haley, he repeated her name about 14 times. That's going to make Ivanka jealous. I digress.
Nikki Haley, did you know they destroyed all of the information, all of the evidence, everything? Deleted and destroyed all of it, because of lots of things. Like Nikki Haley is in charge of security.
Even Nikki Haley stood up and said, what is wrong with you? You're confused. It wasn't there on January 6th. I'm not Nancy Pelosi, which confused a lot of MAGA folks, because I guess they thought that it's Nikki Haley they should have been going after with that gallows. In addition to that, he made the claim that we won both world wars from our great forts in the South. He was trying to sort of channel the white Southern resentment, the Confederate flag is being taken from us and our Confederate heroes, which more like the guys who got participation trophies because you got a statue but you kind of lost in the war. You got your ass kicked. I don't know. That's a participation trophy to me. You guys seem big on insulting those things. You may want to look into it. In any case, he stood up and he's like, our great forts, they're changing the names, from Southern soldiers, Confederate soldiers. Fort Benning, he names some others. We won both world wars. Yes, folks, I believe, if I remember correctly, it was ICBMs we launched from Fort Ticonderoga that took out Rommel's 7th Panzer Division, the armored division, destroyed by the brilliance of our forts in the United States. He's losing it, folks. Next thing, you don't know what he's going to say next. He's going to think he's Xena, the warrior princess. I'm pretty sure he's not going to think he's Hercules, though, because Kevin Sorbo sucks and can't act, and no one would want that. But he's done this now so many times that reporters talking about it. And in addition to that, the Biden people put together an absolutely blistering ad ripping the crap out of Trump for the fact that, of course, they've tried to make this an issue with Joe Biden, and Joe Biden has full mental acuity while Donald Trump is somewhere on the dark side of the moon. Check this ad out.
Last night, Trump is at a rally.
Nikki Haley.
And he's going on and on mentioning me multiple times as to why I didn't handle January 6th better.
Nikki Haley is in charge of security. We offered her 10,000 people. They don't want to talk about that.
I wasn't in office then. They're saying he got confused.
You have voter ID to buy a loaf of bread. You have ID to buy a loaf of bread. What?
Yes, Donald. Here's one area you may not want to pick a fight. Because you see, if you don't know the difference between Nikki and Nancy, and you think that various forts and other structures from 1750 or so won the wars in the 20th century for us. Well, even your own crazy and let's call them not so educated people are going to probably figure out that that's a problem.